Welcome back to Buy Now Sell Now show, where we get you answers for all your stock related queries. Viewers, if you also want to ask any of your stock related queries to us, then you can write to us on the WhatsApp number that is flashing on your screen and will flash throughout the show on the top of your screen. It's a WhatsApp number where you can write to us your name, the stock that you have invested in, the quantity, the time horizon that you wish to stay invested, or if you want to stay buy afresh, then you can ask that too, and we will try to take as many queries as possible. And today on the show, to guide you better, we do have Dhwani Patel as well as Rajesh Agarwal with us. So let's get started then, because a lot of our queries have already started pouring in, and the first query that I have is coming in on Trent. And Rajesh, let me take it from you, because this is the counter which is being a multi-bagger, and now the kind of discussions that we have is based on the valuations and the growth opportunities as well. So Rajesh, what's your view on Trent? Because Komal from Shillong is holding 100 shares. Her buy price is 7,500 rupees. She is indeed at a loss, but what to do? Is that a hold or sell?
See, it depends on your time horizon. If you're a long-term horizon, long-term holder, continue to hold. Yes, there have been some valuation concerns in the second quarter numbers. The management commentary was not that good, but we should not forget the number. The company is doing very well. They have moved into lab-grown diamonds also. So everything is going in this favor with new launches of new products and all. I think this company can do very well if you are holding for at least 12 to 18 months. Zudio format is doing extremely well. The numbers from there have been exciting. I think one can continue to hold. And for any reason, if it falls to around 6,000 odd levels, it's a great buy at that point.
All right, so it's a great buy at those levels that Rajesh just mentioned. That is about Trent. But let's also come across to you, Dhwani, because the next one that we have is coming in from Jacob George, writing to us from Kochi. Wants to know about Blue Star, because he's been holding on to 1,000 shares now. He does not mention his buy price. But what do you make of this particular counter then?
When you're talking about Blue Star in particular, the stock definitely has been showing some stagnation over here in the trend. And now on the lower side, 1730 is what I see as acting out as a support. It is also a point of polarity on the technical chart here, where the same level has been acting out as a resistance earlier and now has turned into a support. So definitely, if you're holding a position, hold on to it. 1730 is going to be your ideal stop loss now. And on the higher side, the bounce being sustained, we will be seeing 2090, and post that 2190 is the target on the same.
All right, that's the take on Blue Star. But Dhwani, let me go to Rajesh, because this one is a long-term query coming in on AB Capital. And Rajesh, Badri wants a view on AB Capital for the next 2 to 3 years. He's been already holding 50 shares. His buy price is 190 rupees, and this has been one of the underperformers, Rajesh. And a lot of experts do hold a positive opinion, but the stock didn't reward well. So Rajesh, what's your overall view coming in on AB Capital?
See, I totally agree that despite being a very good company, having all the verticals under its belt, doing very well, it has not performed on the market cap front, and investors have been disappointed. But I think in the long term, this company can give good return. Continue to hold. I won't be surprised if it moves up by 15-20% in the next 9 to 12 months.
All right, so that's the take coming in as far as AB Capital is concerned. Dhwani, I'm going to come to you with the next one, because we do have Ramesh writing to us from the National Capital, wants to know about SBI and Union Bank at current levels. Is it advisable to buy into these counters for around a time horizon of, say, 2 years? That is what he's asking.
First of all, his time horizon is 2 years. And when we are talking about SBI in particular, given the kind of hold it has in the market share, yes, definitely you can add into this counter. I would suggest not to add completely at this point in time, because the stock is definitely seeing some resistance over here at 860 levels. So 860 is going to be the next buy point, given crossing on the higher side and closure above the same, that one can enter into SBI. And as far as Union Bank is concerned, in this particular counter as well, I would suggest that you can enter into it. If you're interested to invest 100 into Union Bank right now, go for 50% of your investment at the current level, and the rest 50 you can add in over here at 125 levels being crossed. On the higher side, given these levels are holding out, we'll see a target of 140 coming in soon, and Then for a long-term perspective, I'm looking up at 160 plus of a target. And on the lower side, the stop loss for Union Bank at the position has to be maintained at around 110 levels.
All right. The next query that I have, Rajesh, is coming in from Renuka from Kerala, and she wants a view on TCS. Her buy price is 3,960 rupees, as well as your view on Geo Financials. Her buy price is 335 rupees. Here, what to do with both of these names? She is actually wanting to have an advice on whether to go ahead and sell these shares and rather make an investment into stocks like BEL or HAL right now.
See, I would say continue to hold both of stocks coming one by one on all of them. Geo Financial and Geo Financial. It's a very long-term play. I would say if somebody is ready to hold for around 2 years, 3 years down the line, it would be a good play. They have almost no business at this point of time, but the company is trying to do very well, trying to expand in near future. They are moving into insurance. They have make a tie-up with BlackRock. They have all the big names under their helm, like Mr. Kamath and Mr. Charanjit Singh Atra. They have treasury shares worth 1 lakh crore under their portfolio of Reliance. So everything is good for them. For a long term, we have a target of at least 400 odd rupees in the next 1 year. So Geo is an add from our side. TCS is also add because with the kind of rate cuts we have seen in the US in the recent past, 75 BPS point in 2 meetings. Going forward, we think BFSI segment is going to do very well, and their new orders will start coming in. The balance sheet is very strong, and not to forget about the management that's also doing very well. So both of them are buy from our side. As far as HAL is concerned, that again is a buy with 1,20,000 odd crores of order book and a good play in defense. It outshines. So these three are buy from our side.
Bullish on all three of those counters, TCS, Geo Financial Services, as well as HAL. But the next one that we have, Dhwani, is coming in from Mayank, who's writing to us from Bengaluru, wants to know if you have any consumer or retail stocks in your mind in terms of an investment that fetches him about 20% CAGR returns. That is something that he wants to know from you.
Okay, that's something which is a very broad question over here. There are quite a few counters that are doing well in this space, and amongst them, Marico is one of the counters that is there on my radar. The Marico is one counter where on the lower side we've seen that the bottom formation is coming at 580 levels, and from there we are seeing a constant bounce coming in. So this is one counter that he can enter into, given a holding period over here of about let's say 2 to 3 years. He can see good returns coming in. Positionally, the stop loss here has to be of 580, and on the higher side, the first target is going to be over here of 700, and 700 holding out, you'll see further gains coming in.
All right, that's the bet coming in from Dhwani. We're moving on, and Rajesh, okay, Dhwani, I beg your pardon. Let me come to you because this query is from Jay Krishnan from Kerala, and his query is that at what levels can he enter Siemens and HDFC Bank for the medium term?
And from there, we are seeing a constant profit taking coming in on this counter. So I would suggest that let 1800 be crossed over here on the closing basis, and then it would be the right time to enter into HDFC Bank over here. And when we are talking about Siemens, the stock has already shown good moves coming in the last 2 sessions, and volumes is what has been very impressive over here. That the gains over here are coming in with volumes. In today's session, definitely we are seeing some profit taking happening over here, but then overall the counter is positive. Given a holding period of about a year and a half, keep a stop loss on the lower side at 6,600 levels, and on the higher side, once 8,000 is taken up on decisive level with closing basis, we'll see further gains coming in over here.
All right, so that's the take as far as Siemens as well as HDFC Bank is concerned. But time to slip into a short break. As we do that, shifting focus, then shares of Adani Green continue to reel under pressure. This after Total Energy's SE announcement that they will no longer make any new financial contribution as part of investments into the Adani Group companies amid US federal indictment against Chairman Gautam Adani and his nephew Sagar Adani as well. Now, in exchange filing, however, Adani Green has gone ahead and issued a clarification on the matter, saying that there are no new financial commitments under parley with Total Energies. The said press release will not have any material impact on their operations as well as growth plans, but time to slip into a short break then. Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying tuned in. Well, let's continue taking all of your stock related queries. And Rajesh, the next query that we have is coming in from Dr. Malik, who's a senior citizen from Noida. He wants to know if it's a good time to buy Coforge and Ireda. And if the answer is no, then which are the large cap names that according to you make for good buys for the medium term then?
So once it corrects to maybe 5-6% from current market price, then one can go ahead. Ireda it's avoid at this point of time because of valuation concerns. When we compare it to the other power finance and PFCs like PFC or REC, the valuation gap is huge. Yes, it's of course it's a fact that it mainly finances renewable energy companies, but then too I think the valuations are huge. As far as large cap names at this point of time, which can be bought for medium, I would say no, don't go for medium term. Keep a horizon of 2 years. And the best pick at this point of time would be Reliance, of course, because of the fact that down the line there might be some amount of corporate action, maybe for Jio or Reliance Retail. Both of them are doing very well. Jio has given a ARPU of 195 at the in this quarter. And with 18,000 plus stores for Reliance Retail, both are doing very well. The balance sheet is strong, despite the fact that there has been a huge capex. The balance sheet is strong. So Reliance would be a first pick. The second one was HDFC. One can go for HDFC Bank. The bank has been doing very well. The valuations are comfortable. It has not done anything from the last so many months. Only recently it has moved up, but still there is a huge scope for it to go up. The bank is going to report maybe a bottom line of 80,000 odd crores next year. And we find this very attractive. For maybe a target of 1900 odd or 2000 in the next 1 year is quite possible. So these two are picks from our side in the large cap space.
All right, those are the large cap bets coming in from Rajesh. But Rajesh, since you just highlighted Reliance Industries, let me take the next query. But I'll go to Dhwani for her take, because of late the stock has been trying to recover from very close levels of its 52-week low and now trying to retest that 1300 mark as well. But Dhwani, Ajit has purchased the shares at a price of close to okay. I don't get that. What's the buy price? That's not clearly mentioned. But Dhwani, what's your view coming in on Reliance Industries? Is that a sell or hold at these levels?
So, Shrishti, at any given point in time, Reliance is definitely a long-term bet that one has to look up at. It is, if you see the weekly charts over here, the stock has not seen its 200 weekly average being broken down on the lower side. In fact, we saw that once in 2020, but post that, this has been holding out strong. Currently, we are testing the same levels in this counter. So even for new entrants who are trying to take bets into the market, Reliance is where they should be putting in their money for a long-term hold over here. On the lower side, one can look up at a stop loss at 1190, and this level being hold out. This bounce for a period of 6 months from here will sustain on the higher side, and we'll see 1450, and then on the and further after that 1600 is what I'm looking up at short-term targets. But then yes, any dips coming in this counter, these are opportunities to enter into it.
All right, then that's been quite the doubler for him, actually, Reliance Industries, Dhwani. Thanks for your take coming in there as well. But Rajesh, I'm going to come to you because we do have Ramakrishnan writing to us from Chennai, wants to know your take on hospital stocks in the context of the Supreme Court case as well. So he wants to know about Narayana Hrudayalaya also specifically. What do you make of this particular counter?
That the entire organized healthcare space is going to do well. It has been doing well in the recent past, in the last 2-3 years. But there is a lot of scope going forward because of the fact that after COVID, a lot of people have gone towards Mediclaim and all. Uh, and that's a plus point for them. And not to forget the kind of medical tourism that's happening in India from the neighboring countries like Bangladesh and all, where patients come for uh, their treatment. So these two things are very positive for the entire healthcare space. Out of that, I think Narang Dal is going to do very well because of their expertise in the cardiac facility. Apart from that, they are going into multi-specialty also, and the kind of beds they have, they can do very well. And one more stock I can suggest in this space is Medanta, where you will find that average revenue per occupied bed has gone up from 61,000 to 65,000 odd crore. The Lucknow and Patna hospitals are doing well. They are coming up with a 500 bed hospital in Mumbai, planning for a 5,000 total beds in the next 3-4 years. So these two stocks are a buy from our side.
All right, those are the top bets coming in within the hospital space. But Rajesh, what's your view on Nestle India? Because of late we have seen some correction creeping in this particular stock as well. But Rajpreet Singh from Ludhiana is already holding 50 shares. His buy price is 2,500 rupees. It's been 1 year that he's holding, but he's still at a loss. But it's a long-term bet for him. So Rajesh, what's your overall view on Nestle India?
See, this quarter we have seen volumes being dried up in the entire FMCG space, Nestle being one of them. There were concerns on volume, and I think these volume concerns are going to continue for some more time too. But we should not forget that Nestle has some of the best brand under its belt, be it Maggi, be it Lactogen or other things. The baby care division has been doing well. We believe that 2 quarters down the line, when government spending is going to go up in the second half, consumption is going to go up, and with that, volume concerns will be taken up. So Nestle is such kind of company which one should hold for 5-10 years in its balance sheet, in its portfolio. So if 5%, 10% cut on M2M is not to be concerned at, and one can continue with Nestle for a long-term horizon.
All right, so can continue with Nestle for a long-term horizon. Tell you what, Rajesh, I'm going to come back to you because the next query is specifically from you, coming in from Lakshmanan, who's a senior citizen writing to us from Bengaluru, wants to know about Bajaj Finance. Actually, he's bought a few shares at a buy price of 7,366. Now, he's not mentioned how many shares, but he wants to know if he should add more or sell at this point.
See, it's a very strong company in consumer financing space. AUM has gone up, NIMs have gone up. In this quarter, we have seen asset quality being improved. So everything goes in this favor. But adding more at this point of time, I would suggest go for Bajaj Finserv. That's a holding company of Bajaj Finance. And apart from holding Bajaj Finance, that holds both the insurance ventures, it holds the housing finance venture, and even they have launched their own mutual fund. They've got a license of AMC. The asset quality is very good. NIMs are very good. So if you buy Bajaj Finserv, you are indirectly holding Bajaj Finance too. So that would be a better bet compared to Bajaj Finance at this point of time.
All right, that's the day coming in on Bajaj Finance as well as Finserv. But the next query that I have, Rajesh, is coming in on Vodafone Idea, wherein Rajesh Kakkar from Punjab specifically wants your take on this one, because today indeed there's a good day coming in for this particular stock. But Rajesh is also holding around 55,000 shares and his buy price is 10 rupees. What's your view coming in on Vodafone Idea? That's just first news that has come in on the positive side, and the stock is up in trade today. But do you believe that there's more to go, as well as is this a story that one should play?
See, telecom as a space in our country is buzzing. With the launch of 5G, a new bandwidth, OTT plays, things are doing very well. But I don't feel that Vodafone is a better bet in the entire space for investment. For trading, of course, one can have positions here and there. And with the kind of news coming in today, yesterday evening about government dues. Things have started looking good for Vodafone Idea. It may move up to 9-10 odd rupees. It's a kind of bet where you take a bet on an options market where you take a call of 10 rupees and it goes up to 15, or either it goes to 5. And that's the thing going on with Voda. You have to keep a stop loss of around 5 rupees and continue to ride the stock. Fundamentally, I don't find any reason to believe in Vodafone Idea because, as we have seen, the subscriber numbers have been going down day by day. There are no launches of even 4G in many spaces. Talking about 5G is a very 3G in many circles. 5G is a very long call. So fundamentally, there are better bets in telecom. Maybe a Reliance or a Airtel would give better returns. But for trading Vodafone, you can have a look for a target of 10 rupees, keep a stop loss of 5.
Alright, and that's a take coming in. As far as Vodafone Idea is concerned, tell you what, Dhwani, I'll come right back to you because we also have MVS Rao writing to us from Hyderabad. Wants to know about Warun Beverages. Now, he has 1,000 shares. Buy price is 600 rupees. What do you make of this counter?
Is as chartically what we are seeing over here, it's into a consolidation zone, but it's trading above his buy price. And we've also seen that in today's session, the stock is making up an open low formation, and in the past few days, the stock is also holding above its important EMAs on the daily chart. So it's a hold coming in from the current level for him. On the lower side, keep a stop loss over here for the position that he's holding at 595, and on the higher side, the swing trade that is there into it, which should last up to gains of 670.
All right, that's the take coming in on Warun Beverages. Moving on then, and the next query that I have, Rajesh, is coming in from Neerja. She's holding 20 shares of BSC from a price of 4,900 rupees. How do you see the future of this particular counter? Because in the past, yes, it has been one of the multi-baggers, but Rajesh, her buy price is actually on a higher side. So what's your overall view on BSC and any target price as well?
See, we are very bullish on BSE, and from the times of 500, 600 odd rupees, we have been continuously recommending. Still a buy from our side, although it have corrected from the second half of yesterday because of various reasons, and today also it's in minus. But I think this is a stock one should continue to hold for years together. With 65,000 odd market crore, it has a holding in 15% holding in CDSL, Star Mutual Fund. The mutual fund platform is doing well. Gift City is doing well. Strong balance sheet around 12,000, 13,000 odd crores cash with them. Debt-free company, no corporate governance issue. And it's a proxy play on the Indian stock market. There are only two exchanges, BSE and NSE. NSE not being listed at this point of time. BSE is the best play, I would say, going forward. Continue to add at every dips.
Right, so continue to add on dips. That's the recommendation coming in from Rajesh. When it comes to BSE, Dhwani, I'm going to come back to you because Soumya is also writing to us from Odisha. Wants to know about Bharti Airtel actually now. What do you make of this particular counter then?
Bharti Airtel definitely the stock did see some profit taking coming in from 1740 to 1750 odd levels, and from there in today's session also we are seeing that it's facing a resistance around 1600 levels. I do see that on the weeklies the stock is definitely holding higher, but then again 20 period weekly average is acting out as a resistance for this counter. So from current levels, if she's holding it in profits, book profits over here, we'll see the dip continue over here till 1440 levels.
All right, that's the take on this particular stock. We're moving on to the next counter, and Rajesh, this counter is Nykaa that I have a query on, wherein Shankar from Tuticorin is holding the shares from a price of 210 rupees. Yes, indeed, he's at a loss of more than 20% right now. But what to do with this particular stock, Rajesh? His query is there any chance of the stock to rise soon, or can he exit this particular, or should he go ahead and exit this particular stock at current market price? What's your sense on this, Rajesh?
See, there are two things. One, I would like to say that anytime soon, I don't believe that there would be any big movement in the stock. But the fact remains the company has been doing very well. Quarter on quarter, the number has been improving. It's the only company in the online space, I would say, that has been making profit since a very long period of time, despite the fact that profit was a very small amount, but still they were in black. Not only online, they are moving into offline store. The only problem with them is the garments business, which is not doing that good, but the beauty business is doing very well. I think, in my opinion, one should continue to hold. And if it falls to around 145, 150 odd levels, one can even add to that. At this point of time, it's an hold.
Alright, so that's a whole recommendation coming in as far as Nykaa is concerned. But with that, we're completely timed out on those were all the queries that we could actually pack for you on the show. Thank you so much, Rajesh, as well as Dhwani, for taking time out and answering all of those queries patiently. Time for a very quick breather on the show. When we come back, we have some more news and updates for you, so don't go anywhere. Now, Sell Now on ET Now. From me, Shreyanshi Singh, Srishti Sharma, as well as the entire team that put this show together. Thank you so much for tuning in.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.